would any of you be willing to share a memory of working on set with Lauren Green?
No, we don't talk about Lauren.
Well, and thanks for coming, by the way, in light of everything that's happened.
Richard?
No, wait, I wasn't.
I want to just hear about the Lauren.
Of course we'll talk about Lauren.
Sarah?
Well, I told this yesterday, so forgive me for repeating it, but Lauren was so wonderful, and I was just a little peon, and he was so gracious to me, my goodness. And I had turned 22 one of the days that we were working, and so I think it was Lauren's idea, and we all went to the City Walk, to Universal City Walk, and had a big meal, and it was everybody, and I don't know why we were still in our costumes, because it seems like you shouldn't be wearing a costume when you're out to lunch. I'm sure the wardrobe people were absolutely upset about that, but we had our costumes on, and it was incredible, and Lauren led Happy Birthday to me. I mean, that was amazing. And then also Lauren had a Christmas party and invited us and invited me, which I couldn't believe it. It was really special. It was really, really great. And I have Lauren Green's Western CD. Have you ever heard him sing this? It's fantastic. Every now and then I put it on.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Again, I had this, it's like another daddy. I can't say I had met Lauren, I can't say I really knew him. However, he was a Canadian, and my father went to medical school at Queen's University in Toronto, and he and Lauren roomed in the same boarding house down the hall from each other. So it was like I not only had a Lloyd Bridges daddy, I had a Lauren Green daddy. You know, it was very cool.
Two stories are really quick. Lauren used to come to my Christmas party, and Christmas means everything to me. So I create this huge celebration in my house so that everybody that comes in cannot walk out of that house without feeling the spirit of Christmas. And Lauren would come to my house, and he would sit up there and sit down, and everybody, of course, wanted to talk to Lauren Green. And after about 3 or 4 years, I started to notice a line going out my front door. I couldn't figure out, and then I walked down the driveway, and there's a line going down the driveway, and then it goes up the street. And I found out that people had found out that Lauren Green was at my Christmas party, and they started flying in because they realized they'd have a chance to talk to Lauren Green. And I didn't know any of these people. Lauren would sit there all night long and talk to every single person that came. All right? Is that amazing? One last thing. I wanted to throw this out really quick. The bridge of the Galacticon, if you saw the movie, how many people saw the movie last night while we screened it at the movie theater? I wish all of you could have been there. It was amazing to see it on the screen, because it still looks really amazing, doesn't it? Even though that was almost 40 years ago. But the bridge is probably one of the all-time most amazing bridges ever created, okay? And that bridge had all real technology on it. All the computers worked. And at lunch, the people that ran and put together the whole thing with the computers would bring in all these games that nobody had seen yet. Hadn't gone out and changed the world.
Like Pong.
And we would never go out to lunch. We would sit on the set, the bridge, and play games all through the
Yeah, Richard, back in '98 when you were at the LA Con, and thank you all, it's great seeing you all then too, you shared the most wonderful story, The Living Legends, where Lauren and Lloyd, apparently they raised the prices of the donuts.
No.
And they had to go down and they had to complain to the whole entire cast. Is there any other just set moments like that, just hilarious moments that most people know about?
Okay, I know the end of the story. This was the whole making of Galactica was so surrounded by cost overruns people in the Black Tower. It became the most expensive show to produce in the history of television. It's the first $1 million an episode show to be produced. And it wasn't supposed to be. It's just that, in order, an hour show is supposed to be shot in 7 days. We were taking 12 days to shoot this thing. But so the producers in the Black Tower thought a way to achieve some profit would be to make the actors come in and pay for the donuts. and I mean, what we all kind of laughed at it until we realized they were serious. It was Lloyd and Lauren who picked up the donuts and walked up to the Black Tower, and we all sat there and waited. They came down from the Black Tower without the donuts and said, let's go to work. And the whole new batch of donuts showed up with a big sign, free.
We're going to deduct it from our check.
Yeah. But
She had a donut and a half. We never took that out of her check.
By the way, we could have afforded it because for the overtime, there's never been a series in history that took 10 to 12 days to film. So drivers in their trucks, sitting there, reading a book, we're making fortunes because of the overtime, golden overtime, double golden overtime. I honestly think had they had a second year, they could have produced a series for far less money.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. And honestly, I think had Battlestar, which it deserved a second year, had it been on any other network but ABC that had 7 out of the top 10 shows, that was a little arrogant about a show that cost so much money, didn't realize the annuity of sci-fi, like Star Trek, where it many times becomes far more successful later on, right, with syndication. They didn't see the games, the toys, the merchandising. Just like 20th didn't see that when they made the deal with George Lucas and said, "Oh, he's giving away his profits, and we have to give him the merchandising," thinking they made the great deal, right? Well, they laughed their way all the way to the bank, George Lucas. So.
Way up there.
I have a question for all of you. Who was your favorite guest star?
Oh, man. Pick one?
Or several?
Ray Milan,
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire definitely. Yeah.
Ida Balin was my favorite.
Who?
Ida Balin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick McNee. God bless him. God bless him. Okay, you all know this episode, World Gods. And he gets me like under his spell. You're so
Oh, you gotta tell your quick little story.
Yeah,
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
do it real quick. So there's a scene in the aggro ship, and I'm like, zoned out on him. And there's a scene in which he kisses me. And I say, the dialogue as written was, I say, "Oh, I don't know, I'm afraid." And Pat's line to me was, "Oh, Sheba, nothing can harm you as long as I am inside you." I swear, this was in the script. And he looked at me and I went, and he was giggling too. And we tried desperately to do this. I would look at the top of his head, I looked at his ear, and we couldn't get it out. And finally, I went, the line I meant. I went to the phone and I called Glenn Larson and I said, "Glenn, you can't have this man say that to me." Glenn was like, "Oh, no, it's the spiritual thing." And I went, Finally, we did say it. And of course, it was edited and sent to the network and said, "You can't have that man say that." And I thought it was long gone.
Is it on the DVD?
But it's on, they found it on when we did all the interviews.
Oh,
and
really?
it's one clip of him saying, "Nothing can harm you as long as I'm inside you." Cuts. And years later, I ran into Pat, and I have a picture of him in his Count Italy suit with the three of us standing behind him. And I said, would you sign this for me? And he went, of course, my darling. And he wrote, Annie. Nothing can harm you as long as
I feel left out. I really do. Yes.
What has happened to Mary Dixon?
Boy, that's a huge question. If somebody here knows about Mary, I've heard all kinds of stories about her. That she, with Don Henley, she crashed and burned with the industry. She just got so disenchanted. She went away from it. Apparently, I think that didn't work out. She started some kind of cosmetic line that honestly was incredibly successful.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, so anyway, we're actually trying to track her down. We've been trying to find her and invite her to come to an event. It would be great to see her. I would love to.
I will.
catch
She's
up with her.
Marin's fine. She's
Oh, can you
absolutely
promise?
fine. She did invent some cosmetic face cream for which she sold to somebody like Estee Lauder or something for $1 gajillion. I mean, she's quite well off. She has a son who I think is probably now maybe 20 or so. She lives in New York. She really has no interest in doing anything like this, but I do hear from her because she has stayed very close with Henley. She and Don Henley stayed very close friends. She was never in jail or any of those horrible rumors that anybody heard. And the reason I know is because my son went to school with Timothy B. Schmidt's son, the Eagles bass player. And so every time Timothy ran into Marin with Henley in New York at a recording, and we passed each other's messages. Hello, how you doing? And so she's just fine.
That was good news.